welcome to NerdCast. Wow, we did that backwards.
Yeah.
That was weird, and we seemed to know that we were doing it backwards.
Yeah.
It's Josh and Will here. I don't think we've ever said our name in these.
No. So we are Josh and Will.
Yes.
He's Josh and I'm Will.
We are at the advanced screening of Age of Ultron.
I'm going to get really close to us, just so you can hear us.
Close. We are so stoked. It's going to be awesome.
Look,
over there,
everyone's
pretty
over
much.
there.
We got Cap, we got Iron Man, Thor, we got Thor,
Star-Lord somewhere.
Star-Lord is around there somewhere.
It's pretty busy over there because we got Chris Hemsworth in, because he flew down, because he lives here.
Yeah.
It was easier for him to be here. No one else is.
Here's a picture of him.
With us. Yeah.
There we go. So, yeah. So it's going to be awesome. What are you thinking? Do you reckon it'll be good? You've kind of liked the movies we kind of haven't all at the same time.
I've got low expectations, so it will be good.
I have high expectations, and I know it will be good.
All I want is Hawkeye to be in it too much.
Yes, and it sounds like he is.
Sounds like he's the main character.
People have said that he's basically the main character and has the best lines of the movie.
We'll be back in a bit.
We'll be back maybe after the movie or just before, while we're in there or something, and here's a montage of pictures of us at the thing.
Yeah. There's like one.
Hello
and welcome back.
Yes, so we have now seen the movie. Will has seen it twice.
Yeah.
And Peter is one of our friends here.
Hello.
And he's seen it once. He's a big comic and movie buff as well, so we thought we'd bring him on board today for a bit of a discussion and review, but just be careful, there are going to be spoilers, so leave now if you haven't seen it yet.
Are you back? Good. Have you seen it? You still haven't seen it. Go away again.
Idiots.
Okay, there we go. Good.
Alright.
Thank goodness. Alright.
We good.
So, first impressions, straight away after walking out of the cinema, how'd you feel?
I felt personally like I just witnessed this momentous occasion that all of superhero fiction had been building up to this one spectacular moment. Genuinely, there's this immense sense throughout this film that if you start at Iron Man, this has all been leading up to something so big and grand, and it all makes perfect sense, and it encapsulates everything in superhero fiction. There's the brooding, and there's the lightness, and there's the action, and there's the romance, and and things breaking, and superheroes actually saving the day. It's great. I give it both of my thumbs up.
That's great.
It's good.
Josh.
I think we're done.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it. Jeez. That was quite a review. I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I just really enjoyed that there was clearly stuff that had happened between the last films and this film. The Avengers were just a much better team working together. They'd clearly been on more adventures. Tony Stark had made more suits and all new tech and stuff like that. So there had clearly been stuff happening between. And then you come in halfway through a mission already and it's just straight into it, no mucking around. It was amazing. It was really, really good. Great start. Hawkeye was amazing.
Yes.
A third of the movie was about Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Finally. And every single character seemed like they had a purpose.
They had equal time on screen, which was a first.
Yeah.
Considering they did a working out of the Avengers, and it was pretty much Iron Man, Captain America, and everyone else just sort of had 5 minutes to themselves. But whereas this one, you do Italian, it'd probably be all equal.
Yeah. Everyone was crucial.
Whedon said that he wanted to focus more on the characters who don't have movies of their own, which frees up good character development for Hawkeye and for the Black Widow and the Hulk and whatnot. So, it's very difficult to juggle any movie where you have basically 15 leads. So that they've managed to do this. And I think because they have all of the other movies, because you have your Iron Man and your Thors and what have you, you get the opportunity to give them a bit more development and them a bit more screen time. So now that you have this movie, you can balance them out a bit more. We all know who they are now. We all experience who they are. So let's give a bit of time to Hawkeye to discover that he's a real person with real problems and
a family.
And a family, apparently.
Yeah. That was great. I did like
everyone,
that.
including the Avengers, by surprise.
Yeah, that was funny. I did like that they didn't feel the need to explain certain things. They sort of just pushed it upon you and went, yes, you obviously know Tony Stark has the ability to create these things, and as with him working with Bruce Banner, he would be able to do it, and it wasn't like, yes, here's an arduous, boring process of techno babble.
Yeah.
Instead, it's just this is what he made.
Mm.
Experience it.
It's a very comic book logic sort of thing. Just
It really
this
was.
man is a super genius, so let's see him create artificial intelligence in 3 days. Done.
Easy.
Boom.
Yeah, James Spader is an excellent choice for Ultron. Like, as a bad guy, he's physically intimidating, of course, because he's a 12-foot tall robot. But he's also quite psychologically frightening. This idea of this artificial intelligence who immediately comes to life and views mankind as being worthy of being wiped away from all of creation. It's a hard thing to carry, and I think James Spader is the right person to do that. He's always had this sort of intensity and creepy aura about him that serves well to playing a robot.
It's surprising that Andy Serkis wasn't the best motion capture in this movie.
No.
Like, there's only one, and the best one wasn't him.
Yeah.
And he did a good job as an African.
South
Yeah.
African.
Yes, he's South African.
He's Andy Serkis has just been revealed to be the bad guy in the Black Panther movie, by the way.
Yeah.
Spoilers for a movie that's not coming for 2 years.
Really like the introduction to Vision. That was cool.
That was good.
Yeah, I think that was done really well, and I just love that one moment where Vision kind of first gets up, walks away, and like colours himself like he does randomly, and then looks at Thor, and then just develops a cape because he looks at Thor's cape, and he's kind of like,
it's pretty cool.
I want one of those. So a cape just to be his. It's awesome.
Whoever had the idea of saying, hey, we've got that Paul Bettany on staff, we should
Just
get him in
use
a
him.
costume.
Yeah.
Just genius.
That's
Paul
great.
Bettany's a perfect Vision.
So good.
Yeah.
They never explained his like ability to fly
No, they're
And-
just like he can.
and his density.
Mm.
Like you are my density. His density changing
Yeah.
abilities.
Yeah.
For the chat. It's basically everyone in the audience who didn't know about Vision was the reaction from War Machine. Just the, what the heck?
Yeah.
It was basically everyone that just saw that happen.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Doesn't need to be.
they gave us
explained.
just a little information. He's made of vibranium, and he's powered by Jarvis's brain and the super powerful gem in the middle of his forehead.
Yeah.
So, enjoy. He can do whatever.
That was
He
great.
can do whatever.
Literally.
Like, you can't see what I'm holding because I'm not holding anything,
Mm.
but if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm
You know
holding.
what that is. Yeah. You probably might. Yeah. You probably will be holding that.
We could edit that. Yeah.
In the end, you will be holding
Yeah,
it.
you
so.
will.
And I'm going to sound like an idiot. What do you
You
do?
can't see this because I'm Matt Murdock.
Ah,
Whoa.
too soon.
Whoa.
Speaking of Matt Murdock and Civil War, I like the sort of ties they threw in with like everyone in the team hating someone at some point. That was clever, and then of course it resolves at the end. But
Yes, yes.
they've still got those feelings deep down about how Tony almost destroyed the world again.
Well, that's what I mean when I say that this encapsulates the elements of so many comic book stories. You've got these superheroes who really aren't compatible people. You've got your smart alecky sciencey guy, and you've got your brooding sciencey guy, and you've got your very, very inhumanly decent person from the wars, and you've got a god of thunder, and these people really shouldn't get along, and yet you feel the connection, you feel this joint sense of them wanting to do good and doing good and being better because of it, because of their interaction. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how they lead into the Civil War, because they have sort of casually set up now that Captain America and Iron Man are no longer really seeing eye to eye on a lot of things.
I liked how they brought in Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Again, we'll just bring up, even though you might not be still watching this if you haven't seen the movie, there's a big spoiler coming up in this continuation about Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, so leave now. So how'd you feel about the way they treated them? Right.
Honestly, I was really impressed with how they integrated both of them, because well, we've already seen Quicksilver in another movie, Days of Futures Past, and I think Joss Whedon probably saw that film and sort of went to himself, so Quicksilver's just a set piece in your movie. I think I'd like to make him a character with an arc. And they do, and so Quicksilver goes through a pretty serious redemption arc, and so does the Scarlet Witch, actually. She, they both start off as villains, like they did in the comics, and they eventually prove themselves to be worthy of being Avengers, and Quicksilver dies.
Gosh, that was sudden. Yeah, we saw it on the, obviously, on the preview screening night, and it was packed, and there was just a chorus of sighs and confusion.
Like gasp.
Yeah.
Oh, I had that.
Yeah.
I had that when I saw it, and there was all these teenage girls just really upset that Quicksilver had died.
Of course.
Of course it was teenage girls.
He's the new heartthrob.
Yeah.
Or was.
Well, he ain't for long.
There's no heartthrob anymore.
Gonna have to get some vision.
Just enjoy the naked vision for a while.
That's pretty much.
You know.
And I just loved the little like side comments throughout the entire movie. It's exactly what a Marvel comic is. Just like right at the beginning where Iron Man's like,
Good
oh,
talk.
we gotta have a talk, and then they're like, oh, blah, and they start shooting at him, and then he kills them all. And you think they're all dead because they're just lying there. And he's like, good talk.
No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't. Brilliant. And it just carries on throughout the entire
Like
movie.
you've got the guy right at the end when the shield helicarrier's taking people's off. He's like, Lockton, people are in the carriage.
It's just brilliant.
Just throw in this, and it's the same with Avengers when they had the guy playing, what was it?
Playing Gallagher.
Yeah, Gallagher in the background, yeah.
Am I playing Gallagher over there?
Yeah.
And along with that, they had an amazing mix of like the comedy and the action and stuff, but also like quite an intense darkness.
Yeah.
Like with all of the visions that each of the Avengers were seeing were all really dark and kind of like creepy, particularly some of the stuff that Black Widow was saying. Like some like stuff that she was saying was so heavy.
Yeah.
It was intense.
There's this 15-minute gap in the film where it just becomes like a horror film.
Yeah.
It really does.
Really frightening in a lot of
I'm
ways.
going to stop you really quickly.
Cheese mittens!
Yeah, it's just like, there's just a perfect mix of darkness and comedy, which we haven't really seen in movies much, and I don't know what's going to happen in Batman vs Superman.
I know what's going to happen. It's going to suck.
Yeah, I'm not going to see it.
But it's going to be...
As a lifelong Batman and Superman fan, I can honestly say, if that trailer is any indication, that movie's going to suck!
But it just looks like it's trying to be too dark for its own good.
It doesn't have that balance that Marvel
It's not going to have
worked out.
Yeah.
One thing with the dream sequences, which I realised second viewing, was the Black Widow thing about her, not being fertile, if that's the correct term.
That's right.
It's quite really daunting when you think about that Scarlett Johansson was pregnant at the time of making that film, so that would have been really hard to well, it would have been easy to bring those emotions into it, because it's...
Would have fueled her performance.
Yeah.
She's explaining that to the Hulk, because of course she's carrying.
She's
a child,
actually
just
carrying
saying,
one,
I
yeah.
can't carry children.
Yeah, would have been heart-wrenching for...
I didn't think of that. That's intense.
No, the film really juggles genres. It has its action and its comedy and its serious, weighty drama and its philosophical sides and its really dark horror and it's really impressive how they've managed to do that, because of how easy it would be to just have a superhero film be too dark or too silly, which has happened in superhero films for decades now. And really, I think if you want to see a film that has all of this balance and all of these great characters and all of this build up to something, I don't think it disappoints at all. Like it's the superhero film.
Yeah.
Superman from '78 and Batman from '89, both brilliant, but they lead to dead ends. And from Iron Man right up to now, we've just watched Marvel go from strength to strength, building this humongous story, encapsulating so many different people and doing it shockingly brilliantly. There was no proof that Avengers 1 would have worked in light of Iron Man just saying that, let me introduce you to the Avengers Initiative. Yeah. But it's worked just brilliantly. This movie's going to make so much money. It's going to make more money than Buddha.
Yeah.
And possibly Will was saying potentially...
It's going to make more money than Will.
That's more, yeah.
And Will.
I am Buddha.
He's estimating potentially best movie of the year.
Yeah, I feel like
depending on Star Wars.
I think Star Wars might just kick it a little bit down.
Yeah. Well, Star Wars has to get past just the nostalgia of it being Star Wars to be a good film.
Yeah.
This one really just had to be a good film.
Yeah.
It had all the build up, so it just had to not fail that. So
it was
and
great.
it friggin' delivered like hell.
Absolutely.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Do you like scoring movies? Do you think that's Do you ever do that?
I don't, so I won't say this is a 5 out of 5 or a 10 out of 10 because I don't know how I'll view it in 5 years' time or 10 years' time. But I will say this: see this in cinemas. Like, don't wait for this on DVD. See this today. See this tomorrow. See this with your grandma. See this with your kids. See this with your dog, as long as your dog doesn't poop in the cinema, because they're not cool with that. No. See this movie, like, right? That is my genuine appraisal. Yeah. If you don't see this movie, you will regret not seeing this movie.
That's right. Especially in cinemas.
Especially in cinemas,
just such an experience.
And as soon as you can, as you were saying, because when there's a lot more audience, it does feel a lot more exciting, because everyone's laughing, everyone's sighing to the points,
you feel the audience reaction.
Like, Will's seen it already again. I'm probably going to very soon. And so as you leave it longer and longer, more people would have already seen it and probably gone back. Yeah. So the surprises and spoilers and stuff would have already been spoiled, and you just don't get that audience reaction like you do seeing it really early on. Yeah. So see it very soon.
See it. Yeah. That's it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me on NerdCast, gentlemen. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I suppose I'll let one of you guys close this off.
Oh, well, should we do our general and normal thing? Yeah. Should we do our thing? Yeah. 3, 2, 1.